Measuring your supplier's performance is essential to building a resilient and efficient supply chain. To do this, you need the right metrics in place. These metrics give you the data you need to evaluate how well your suppliers are performing, which helps you make smarter decisions that improve quality, reduce risk, and improve your operations. The metrics we'll cover today aren't really tied to any specific industry. They're more industry agnostic and can work for really almost any business. So if you're looking for advice tailored to your industry, then just drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. But now let's dive into these key metrics, how to calculate them, where your target should be, and the important factors to consider along the way. Let's start with on-time delivery. This measures how often your supplier ships out on time. The formula to calculate on-time delivery is simple. Just number of orders delivered on time divided by total orders times 100. For example, if the total number of shipments were 100 and 95 of them were shipped out on time, then the on-time delivery rate would be 95%. The objective of this metric is straightforward. Ensure your suppliers are dependable so your production schedules stay on track. And it really works both ways. Late deliveries can cause costly delays, while early deliveries will leave you paying more for storing excess inventory. An ideal target for on-time delivery rate is typically about 95%. Regular reviews and open communication with your suppliers can really help to make sure you can meet this. And if your supplier does fall short, then you should carry out a root cause analysis. You can identify reasons for not meeting standards such as capacity constraints, issues in supply chain, and quality issues. Next up, we'll talk about rejection rates, a metric that directly measures the quality of the products your supplier delivers. The rejection rate tells you the percentage of products that don't meet the quality standards in a shipment. To calculate this, you take the number of defective units divided by total number of units received times 100. So for an example, if your supplier ships out 1,000 units and 25 of them are defective, then your rejection rate is 2.5%. The goal of this really depends on your industry and product complexity, but you should really shoot for around 2% or so. For highly precise industries like medical devices, the target might even be lower. Consistently lower rejection rates indicate that your supplier has a strong quality control process in place. When setting this metric, consider factors like the product category, tolerances, the design, and the inspection methods used. It's also beneficial to track patterns, for example, are the defects random or do they follow a trend? Also, do you have recurring quality issues that come back after your supplier supposedly says they found the root cause of? Regardless, identifying the root cause will help you work with your supplier to address underlying issues. Rejection rates is all about maintaining the quality your customers expect. A low rejection rate means fewer returns, less waste, and a stronger trust between you and your supplier. Keep monitoring this closely and be proactive in addressing any spikes in the defective units. Now, let's talk about lead time, which indicates how efficient your supplier really is. Lead time measures how long it takes for your supplier to fulfill an order, starting from the moment you place it to when it's delivered to their door. The formula to calculate lead time is straightforward. It's just how many days from the day the PO is accepted by the supplier to the date of the shipment. For example, if you place an order and it's accepted on March 1st and shipped out on April 15th, then your lead time is 45 days. The goal for lead time varies depending on your industry and the type of product you're building. But really, a shorter lead time is always better as it helps you respond quickly to changes in demand, and it's also much better for your cash flow. When setting this metric, consider the following factors. First, production timeline, which is how long it takes your supplier to manufacture a product. Secondly, is the supplier capacity. Can your supplier handle the capacity during peak demand? Now, you might be thinking, what's the difference between lead time and the first metric, which was on-time delivery? By definition, on-time delivery looks at if the product is shipped out on time, while lead time looks at the overall process from start to finish. This is why lead time looks at the efficiency of the overall supply chain. If a supplier is not efficient, has quality issues, and is just slow, then they might try to increase the lead time to reach their on-time delivery. However, if you understand the lead time of all components, the lead time for assembly and quality control, then you should be able to set an accurate lead time and on-time delivery. Now, let's talk about pricing, a metric that evaluates whether your supplier's pricing aligns with the market standards and ensures you're getting good value for your money while staying competitive in your industry. To calculate this, you take the supplier's price minus the market average price and divide this by the market average price and multiply it by 100. For example, if your supplier charges $100 for a product and the market average is 95, then your cost competitiveness percentage would be about 5%. A negative percentage means your supplier's pricing is below the market average, which is a positive indicator. For this, it would be if your supplier charges you $95, the market average is about 100, then your cost competitiveness percentage would be around negative 5%. The goal is to strike the right balance. While lower costs are attractive, they shouldn't come at the expense of product quality, reliability, or ethical practices. Ideally, your supplier's pricing should be competitive while maintaining the right standards you need. Also, look at the entire landed cost as well. So calculate things such as shipping, tariffs, and all the other costs associated with receiving your products. The pricing and cost competitiveness isn't just about finding the cheapest option. It's about securing the best value for your business. Keep monitoring your supplier's pricing, compare it with others in the markets, and always evaluate the total impact on your business. Let's dive into communication and transparency, which is an often overlooked and pretty important metric. This measures how quickly and effectively your supplier responds to inquiries, updates, and overall issues. Strong communication can make all the difference when timelines are tight or problems arise. Unlike other metrics, this one doesn't really have a strict formula. However, you can track it by measuring a few things, such as the average response time. This looks at how long it takes for your supplier to respond to calls or emails. Another one is resolution time. This is a time it takes to resolve issues or provide requested information. When evaluating this metric, keep in mind a few things. The first will be the communication channels. Keep in mind that your supplier is in a different region with different communication methods. Use tools they are familiar with to promote quick communication. For China, this can be downloading WeChat, as WhatsApp and other communication apps are blocked there. Another one will be if they are proactive with their updates. One of the biggest complaints I always hear about a supplier is that they don't offer updates. They wait until the customer asks, so it's important to look for suppliers who notify you about potential risks or changes before they impact your operations. Strong communication builds trust and ensures smoother collaboration. A responsive supplier can help you tackle issues quickly and keeps your supply chain running efficiently. Now you have a solid framework for measuring your supplier's performance. These metrics are the foundation for making decisions based on data that can improve your supply chain and health of your business. Remember, the key is not just to measure, but to use these metrics to collaborate with your supplier and drive continuous improvements. By doing this, you're not just monitoring their performance, you're building a partnership that can benefit both sides. I hope you guys have a better understanding of how to establish metrics for your suppliers. If you have found this helpful, then please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any questions, then please comment below and I'll get back to you. Thank you everyone for watching.